What's going on? What's going on? Shoot. Early morning live. You feel me? Top of the morning. It ain't even early, but it's early for me. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's up with y'all, man? Top of the morning. Well, for me at least. um, I'm just here to chop it up with y'all, man. I'm saying, see if you got anything you're trying to work on, any way I could be of service today. You know what I'm saying, anybody would need help in their business or setting up your social medias or YouTube channel or whatever the case may be. You feel me? Whatever you need help in, tap in with me. Tap in, tap in. Everybody need help. We can't act like we know everything. You feel me? So, you know, jump in the live, join the live, tap in with me. Let's work this thing out. It's another day. We gotta get 1% better. You gotta get 1% better every day. What's up, Serena? Every day, you gotta tap in. Man, I'm trying to see what's up with this. I need another website but I don't feel like making it. Um, for the candle page. You know what I'm saying? Cause my cousin made candles, and they smell the shit. They smell the shit. What you want to talk about? Hop on in here, man. It don't matter what you got going. What's your business ideas, man? What kind of business did you want to start, or do you like? Did you think about starting? You feel me? Um, yeah, that's just what we talking about. Just just seeing how I can help out anybody that got something going. You feel me? Um, just trying to be of service today. Just a little bit. You know what I mean? But yeah. Will you shut up, birds? They be quiet the whole time until I go live. Every time I decide to do a live, they just be the chattingest things. That's all you hear. But yeah. So today I'm thinking about busting down all my websites and like just updating them all. Really, just restructuring everything, just getting updating new pictures and all that shit. So I figured if anybody else needed help or something like that, we could tap in, link up, network at the same time. You want to build a dropshipping store? I mean, an eBay dropshipping store. Learn how to make money online that way. All you got to do is complete the orders, or you can pay your virtual assistant to pay to complete the orders. Kids calling. Tell my babies I said, "What's up?" I'm going. I'll be going back to Florida in like 2 weeks. In like 2 weeks, I'll be on my way back to Florida, man. So, in California right now, big chillin', big chillin'. You hear me? Nah, enjoying myself, working hard, being consistent and steady. That's one of the toughest things that to do. Like staying consistent with lives. I hate going live, but it's cool. I figure I'll knock this one out early, so at least I got my one a day, and then later on I can do the other one. See, last night I did one. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. You feel me? So it's cool. We went over Message to the Black Man, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, written by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Just talking about our condition, showing us who our real enemies are. If you sit back and look at it and really look at it, you know who the black man in America's enemy by nature is. You feel me? You say everything in nature has a natural enemy. So who's our natural enemy, right? Pretty much, he's breaking it all down. Why we need to separate, why we need to do for self, why it's important for us to separate ourselves from the devils, because this is pretty much what we was reading. Because their judgment is coming, right? And all those who are in alliance and rocking with them and cool and haha and friends with them and us going with them. You feel me? So yeah, it was a cool little read. Read that for about like an hour last night or something. I just hopped on the live. I figured I'd do it on the live and just you know share it with y'all who ain't gonna never pick it up. Another book that you should definitely get though. You should definitely get Black Rednecks, White Liberals by Thomas Sowell. Right? This book is pretty much breaking down all the every belief system that you have about a certain people, whether it be black, whether it be Mexicans, Jewish, whatever the case may be. He's showing the facts of like all the stereotypes or all the condition. For the black man, he talks about how slavery shouldn't be our main deterrent. Shouldn't be the thing that is keeping us from moving forward as a people. Why? Because every race under the sun has been a part of the slave trade. It just stuck with us for so long, so much longer, because we were implanted in a different nation. We were implanted somewhere. So the mentality of the culture learned. The mentality of the culture learned. Once we learned that culture, once we learned the language, once we learned the religion, once we learned it, it stuck with us and it was handed down generation after generation after generation until you have what you see today. You feel me? He proves how our education is the worst. He proves how like it just goes for facts. This isn't a book. Like he tells you right from the dribble. This is a list of academic essays. You know what I'm saying? Really pulling out the facts, giving you quotes and this, that, and the third. Look, let me bust it open real quick. This is the first page. It says, these people are creating a terrible problem in our cities. They can't or won't hold a job. They flout the law and uh, flaunt the law constantly and neglect their children. They drink too much. And their moral standards with shame and alley cat. For some reason or another, they absolutely refuse to accommodate themselves to any kind of decent, civilized life. Right? That's the end of that little quote right there. That's the beginning of the book. Now, this was said in 1956 in Indianapolis, not about blacks or other minorities, but about poor whites from the South. Nor does Indianapolis, nor was Indianapolis unique in this respect. A 1951 survey in Detroit found that the white Southerners living there were considered undesirable by 21% of those surveyed, compared to 13% who ranked blacks the same way. In the late 1940s, a Chicago employer said, "Frankly, I told the guard at the plant gate to tell the hillbillies that there were no more openings." When poor whites from the South moved into northern cities to work in war plants during the Second World War, occasionally a white Southern would find that the flat or furnished room had just been rented out when the landlord heard his Southern accent. So look, this book right here, like it's talking about, that was just the first page. You feel me? That's not even the whole first page. I said, let me read this last paragraph. Look, this thing right here is something. It's changing that mindset. It's giving you facts on why we are in the condition that we are in. Not myth, not religion, not a belief. Facts. You look at the history books, you look at the text, right? Let's go back, look at the census. Let's go back and see how many slaves are actually owned. Let's go back, see who had the slaves. This thing, he does his homework. Look, the last paragraph on this page. More is involved here than a mere parallel between blacks and southern whites. What is involved is a common subculture that goes back for centuries, which has encompassed everything from ways to talking, attitudes toward education, violence, sex, and which originated not in the South, but in those parts of the British Isles from which the white Southerners came. That culture long ago died out where it originated in Britain while surviving in the American South. Then it largely died out among both whites and black Southerners while still surviving today in the poorest and worst of the urban black communities. So look, he pretty much breaking down like our mentality, our attitudes, our culture. This isn't something that we've came up on or created ourselves, right? These were actions and what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say morals, or this is the way that the poor white Southern Britons were. When they came over here, we were stuck in the slave trade, so we got paired with them, and we managed to get stuck and accommodate their ways. We took on their ways, right? Thomas Sowell break it down. He break it down, but he says, this is not uncommon for a culture to survive longer where it is transplanted and to retain characteristics lost in its place of origin. The French spoken in Quebec and the Spanish spoken in Mexico contain words and phrases that have long since become archaic in France and Spain. Regional German dialects persisted among Germans living in the United States after those dialects had begun to die out in Germany itself. A scholar specializing in history of the South has likewise noted among the white Southerners archaic word forms, while other scholars has pointed out the continued use in that region of the terms that were familiar at the time of the first Queen Elizabeth. So pretty much they were using the terms and still using phrases in certain parts that it's been gone out of the language where it originally started, right? So this book get deep. You feel me? I wasn't even planning on busting this open. I was just showing it for you. But if you hit the link in my bio and hit books, you know what I'm saying, the link will take you to my library and all the books that I have posted up there so far. You can see. You feel me? This is definitely one that's very recommended because he proves things with facts. He proves how the black man in America has been lazy, and he proves how we look at the Jews a certain way for being the middleman and playing the part and gaining money, this, that, and the third. But we ourselves can put ourselves in the same position to get ourselves further in our country, right? He proves how we need to stop making excuses for our certain condition because we have no reason. We're the original people. So he's showing you how everything that you think you know has been a lie, right? How you doing, man? Peace and blessings. Thank y'all for tapping in with me, man. Thomas Sowell is breaking down this whole mindset, this whole belief system that we have built up in our minds, this whole belief system that we have been fed, right? We have been taught to believe a certain way. We have been stuck in this mindset. Peace to you. How you doing, brother? We've been stuck in this mindset, in this condition, this Lazarus condition. Our people are dead. and they need to be raised, right? We have been stuck in this condition, and it's not really until you begin to understand why, how do you begin to really want to change it. You know what I'm saying? You don't realize you don't want to change something until you realize you are in something, right? If you in some shit, you don't want to get out of shit until you think you in shit. So it's like this book really opened my eyes, and Message to the Black Man in America. I read that one last night. Um, this one right here, Message to the Black Man in America. It's not about belief, right? If you're Christian, Jewish, Buddhist, whatever the case may be, don't look at a belief system. Don't look at belief. Don't look at the religion. Mm-mm. That's what's keeping us divided. That's what's keeping us separated. It's okay if you believe Jesus is God and they don't, right? So who cares? What cares is the black man in America suffers the common condition. You're not being killed because you're Muslim, Jewish, or anything else. You're being killed because you're black. So we have to understand that the differences is what's keeping us divided. The enemy doesn't want us to unite. You hear me? The enemy doesn't want us to unite. The lack of knowledge makes our greatest hazard. Yeah, Mando. The look, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was teaching big on that. I was on that last night. I don't know. That's the book I wake up to, I read to, and then I read when I go to sleep after my Quran. You feel me? I try to switch it up though to keep my mind fresh and not so focus on one thing or take one thing so take it like dogma. You feel me? I like to let things digest and to really form my opinions based off of what I read. So, like I said, if you hit the link in my bio, I got a lot of links, but one of the links is books. You can check out these books, you feel me? You can see these books right here and all the books that I added in my library. So, look, back to this one. This thing right here, boy. We got to dive in a little bit more. We got to dive in. What's going on with you? Thank you for tapping in with me. Thank you for tapping in. Look, I think a lot of y'all missed it, so I want to read it again. I'm gonna read that first part. If you was here when I first read it, you know what I'm saying, my bad, but I just want to throw it on here just for the people that missed it. These people are creating a terrible problem in our cities. They can't or won't hold a job. They flout the law constantly and neglect their children. They drink too much, and their moral standards would shame an alley cat. For some reason or another, they absolutely refuse to accommodate themselves to any kind of decent, civilized life. Right? When I first read that, I for sure thought he was talking about black people. I for sure thought they was talking about us, but they're not. They're talking about the poor, the lower people in the British Isles, right? They're talking about the Southerners, the white man. They wasn't even talking about us. The poor white man was considered more undesirable than black people were at one point in time. You feel me? So look, let me get back where I was at. Southern whites not only spoke the English language in very different ways from whites in other regions. Their churches, their roads, their homes, their music, their education, their food, their sex lives were all sharply different from those of other whites. The history of this redneck or cracker culture is more than curiosity. It has contemporary significance because of its influence on the economic and social evaluation of vast numbers of people, millions of black and whites, and its continuing influence on the lives and deaths of the residual population in America's black ghettos, which has still not completely escaped from that culture. So it's pretty much saying our culture is implanted. We stuck in the culture that was implanted on us, right? We were transported here and shown the culture, stuck in this condition. Okay, peep game. Let's put it in layman terms. if if a child is in the house and you speak negative things to that child all day, every day, from birth until that child is full grown, you know that you're going to have negative effects on that child's mindset. That child is going to start to believe in that he ain't worth nothing. The child is going to believe that he'll never be nothing, right? We know this. We know how negative things or negative affirmations play effect. We know how this shit work, right? So it's the same when it comes to the condition of the black man in America. It's the same. You have been told and talked down upon for centuries. You have been tortured and chased and killed and harassed for centuries. So now it's a common mindset to just get along with the enemy, to not want to fight back, to you have been comfortable, you have submitted to the oppression that has been taking place. Why? Because it's been told to you. You have been seeing it for centuries. You have been seeing their lifestyles and the way that they acted and the way that they did this and that for centuries. It's stuck upon you. It's not even a conscious thing. It's in your subconscious. This thing is so deep. It's almost I'm quick to say it's almost in your DNA because your parents was taught it and then their parents was taught it and their parents was taught it. So most of us grew up Christian, right? Most people I know grew up Christian. So you grew up Christian because your mama was a Christian. You grew up Christian because grandpa may or grandma may be a Christian, right? It was never anything else until you went out and stepped out here on your own to see what else it was. So the same, our enemy has blinded us to this way, the way of life. Are you in the NOI? No, sir. No, sir. But I would like to be. I would love to be in the NOI. Um, um, we have been stuck in this mindset and blinded to see exactly what they have wanted us to see, right? We have been stuck in this. Not only have we developed our their culture, developed it as our own. Thomas Sowell goes so far as to say that this slang that we use, the y'all and thou and this and that, that's not even ours. They was using this a long time ago, huh? Let me hop back in, man. Let me hop back in. This book is cold. It's cold. It makes you see something way different. It changes that mindset. You feel me? So look, from early in American history, foreign visitors and domestic travelers alike were struck by cultural contrast between the white population of the South and that of the rest of the country in general. The New England in particular, and of New England in particular. In the early 19th century, Alex de Tocqueville contrasted white Southerners with white Northerners in his classic Democracy in America, and Frederick Law Olmsted did the same later in his books about his travels throughout the antebellum South. Notably, Cotton Kingdom, wait, throughout the antebellum South, notably Cotton Kingdom. De Tocqueville set a pattern when he concluded that almost all the difference which may be noticed between the Americans in the southern and the northern states have originated in slavery. Wait, what? Let me say that again. Let me read that. I didn't quite read that. De Tocqueville set a pattern when he concluded that almost all the differences which may be noticed between the Americans in the southern and in the northern states have originated in slavery. Okay, so almost all the differences that he noticed was originated in slavery. Right? Olmsted likewise attributed the differences between the white Southerners and the white Northerners to the existence of slavery in the South. I don't do religion. That's cool. You ain't got to do religion. Religion is supposed to be a way of life, not a ritual. Um, in the South. So did widely read antebellum Southern writer Hinton Southern writer Hinton Helper, who declared that slavery, and nothing but slavery, has retarded the progress and the prosperity of our portion of the Union. Just as they explained regional differences between whites by slavery, so many others in the later era would explain differences between blacks and whites nationwide by slavery. Plausible, plausible as these explanations might seem in both cases, they will not stand under a closer scrutiny of history. Okay, so so the white Southerners, they were slaves too, right? They were slaves too. Um, they felt that their progression and they weren't where they wanted to be was a direct result of slavery, right? They did a census and looked at. They pretty much went through. They talk about Tuckerville and Olmsted that went through and hold on real quick. But yeah, Tuckerville, and Olmsted pretty much went through the southern areas of the white places and the northern parts to really see the difference. What's really going on? And he says, or they said, that the direct thing that's keeping them back in the antebellum South was slavery, was a result of slavery. Now, many centuries later, we are saying the exact same thing, uh, being the blacks versus the whites. You feel me? We feel that we are being held back as a direct cause of slavery. This is something that was said already. He's talking about it right here. I would give you all the quotes and all of that, but that's too much. He's quoting essays and encyclopedias and all type of stuff. I'm not. Excuse me. Hold on. I'm not doing all that. um. All right. So let's tap in. Let's tap in. Black rednecks, white liberals. This thing cold, man. Let's jump into the redneck culture, right? I'm gonna jump down a little bit. The redneck culture. Immigration from Britain, like other migrations around the world, was not random in either its origin or its destinations. Most of the Britons who migrated to colonial Massachusetts, for example, came from within a 60-mile radius of the town Harhill in East Anglia. The Virginia atrocity as aristocracy. The Virginia aristocracy came from different localities in southern and western England. Most of the common white people of the South came from the northern borderlands of England. For centuries, a no man's land between Scotland and England, as well as the Scottish Highlands and the Ulster County, Ireland. Right? All of these fringe areas were turbulent, not of lawless, if not lawless, regions where none of the contending forces was able to establish full control and complete and create a stable order. Whether called a Celtic fringe or North Britons, these were people from outside the cultural heartland of England, as the behavior on both sides of the Atlantic showed. Before the era of modern transportation and communication, sharp regional differences were both common and persistent. So, pretty much right here, he's breaking down how you notice the difference between those in England, those in Britain, and those in Irish. You feel me? You notice the difference, the commonalities. Mind you, like he said, there's a wide range in between these I don't know, countries or cities or whatever they may be. I don't know the UK. You feel me? But it's a long distance between these places. So you notice common behavioral differences in this part and that part than you do in England. So were both common and persistent. In some of the counties of colonial Virginia, from nearly 3/4 to 4/5 of the people came from northern Britain, and similar portions were found in some of the countries of Kentucky and Tennessee. I'm gonna read that again. In some of the counties of colonial Virginia, from nearly 3/4 to 4/5 of the people came from northern Britain, and similar portions were found in some of the counties of Kentucky and Tennessee, as well as in parts of both the Carolinas, uh, Although they predominated in many parts of the South, such people also had some northern enclaves in the colonial America, notably western Pennsylvania, where Ulster Scots settled. What what is at least equally important as where particular people settled is when they immigrated from the borderlands, Ulster and the Scottish Highlands. All right, so he's breaking down the whole coming over to America, right? When they came over here, the Southern whites, mind you, we already been talking about, the Southern whites had a different behavioral pattern, had a different speech pattern. They spoke different. They thought about sex different. They were more violent. They drunk more, right? So the Southern whites, when they migrated over here, they came to the southern parts of the Americas, the Tennessees, the Carolinas, you feel me, the Mississippis. They came to the southern parts. The Southern whites came to the southern parts. Boom. He just tapping in. He just tapping in. I don't want to get all into it and bust it all down like I did last night with Message to the Black Man, but he's breaking it down from a historical viewpoint, something that we don't really see. Actually, we never even heard on how the initial set, like what part of England and what part of Britain and what part of these, which ones came where, right? Because back then the kingdom was England. Back then the kingdom, the uppities, the bougie, they was in England, right? So then you got the Britons and the Scots, right? So it's like, if the lower class, let's just say what it was, if the lower class was when they came over here, when they migrated to the Americas, was put in the southern parts of the Americas, where we know that was the major place of slave trade, right? It's a major place. The southern part of America was the major point of the slave trade. So the lower of their civilization came in and had control over, was masters over us, right? And had that dominion over us for a long time. So I'm not even gonna bust all that down. I didn't even plan on busting into it at all. I just wanted to give a little snippet that our culture ain't even our culture. The stuff you thinking is cool, and the stuff it's really not, because we have been, until you begin to step out the box, you have been conformed to what you think is true and what those who taught you thought was true. But who's to say that they wasn't wrong? Just because they have been over you and nurtured you and cared for you and protected you and gave you money when you needed and this, that, and the third, just because they are there, do not make their word gold. What if you were wrong? Right? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they taught you, whether it was true or false. You want to know why? You wanna know why? Because at some point when you was a teenager, you learned right from wrong. You now have the ability to get out here and find out the wisdom for yourself. You now have the ability to get out here and find the truth for yourself. So look, if you really, you can't say you don't believe in nothing, because you believe in something. You believe in something. You know the wind is blowing. You can't see the wind, so you can't say that you don't believe in the unseen. You can't say that you don't believe in things that you can't see, anything other than the physical. You cannot move your mouth right now and say money, and you heard yourself say money, right? Right? So you can't say that you don't believe in the unseen, because there are physical proofs of the unseen. So it's up to us to get this knowledge, out here. What'd you say, brother? The knowledge itself? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got to seek the knowledge. It's up to us. Just because we have been taught something does not make it true. Are you willing to take a punishment because you were too stupid to go find the knowledge yourself? You were too lazy, and you just took everybody's word for it. How would you look if you took everything on the internet for truth? Right? Somebody said that. Somebody said it. How come it's not true? Right? You got to do your fact check. People are quick to hit Google fact check. Oh, did Biden really say this? Oh, is the corona vaccine really dangerous? You quick to hit Google and get that fact check, but we do know that the internet is flawed too, right? So if the internet, if where you're going to get your source of information is flawed, how much more do you really need to dig into something to find the truth? Like, you need to pull up versions. Okay, this one says this one says that, this one says this. I need to know what it's talking about so I can make a proper decision. I can make the best decision in truth, right? Not in belief, not in what you think. Show me truth. That's the bottom line. And that's knowledge. That's true knowledge. That's that wisdom. Once you apply that knowledge, you out here seeking it and you applying it, because look, religion is a way of life. If you want to look at religion, the Rastafari say religion is a way of life, right? This is the Rastafari. So true religion is supposed to be a way of life. Say you follow Christ, you follow Muhammad, you follow whoever you follow, Buddha, whoever you follow. It is a way of life. You are imitating your prophet. You are imitating your leaders to have that peaceful life, to lead you to Jannah, or to peace, or to heaven, or whatever you call it, right? Damn, I forgot where I was going. Gone. I lost it. What's going on, man? I like you too, brother. You've been tuning in. Thank you for tapping in with me, man. What's going on with you, Financial Moral? Appreciate you for tapping in with me, man. I've just been chopping it up, man. Let's go live. Anybody that want to go live, man, we can definitely chop it up. A way to lifestyle. Oh, boom, you did. Boom, you ringed it. Yeah. The Rastafari say that religion is the way of life, right? So when they smoking the herbs, right? That's the time to get closer to Jah. They don't smoke bud just to get high. They smoke to reason, to really get in tune with self, right? So this is just my thinking. Now I know smoke harms the lungs, and anything that kills the body isn't good for self. But if you are intending it to get closer to your creator, because they believe in one God. The Rastafari read the Torah. They don't read the New Testament because they don't believe Jesus is God. So, and some Rastafari believe that Master Selassie, Haile Selassie, was the Messiah for them, right? Why is this far fetched? If Jesus can be sent to the Jews, and Muhammad can be sent to the Arabs, and Moses can be sent to the Hebrew or the people that was in Egypt, to Israelites. Uh, uh, why is it so far fetched that a black nation will be sent a prophet? Right? Everybody had their prophet. Why is it so far fetched? There's 12 tribes. There's not just one. There's 12 tribes. There's 12 gates. I don't care what you're looking at, whether it's in the Christian Bible or in the Quran. There's 12 tribes, the tribes of Jacob. There's not just one. Just saying. But religion is a way of life. So if you are practicing your religion to the fullest of the way that you're supposed to be, right? If you're a believer and you're following your religion the way that you're supposed to be, all of us will be peaceful individuals, not looking to cause any harm, meek, humble in spirit. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be looking out for the best interests of those around us. We're going to use that common law to treat others like you want to be treated, right? We're not going to give off that sassy attitude or whatever the case may be, because we don't want that in return. You feel me? And that's something that I like about Islam, because when you look at my brothers in Islam, is a message to them. Haile Selassie is, yes sir. In Islam, my brothers in Islam are disciplined. I like Islam because of the discipline, right? You can't say you believe and not practice, and then not think that you're going to be tested on that belief, right? So look, I'm not gonna say I'm a religious person. I'm not gonna say I'm a religious person, because society has changed the viewpoint about religion. Me, myself, I believe in Allah. I believe in God. One God, there's one God, one creator of everything. Period. Whether I say it in Arabic, Allah. Whether I say it in layman terms and just a plain old Christian, God. Whether I say it in whatever language you want to say it in, there's many names for the same God. So it doesn't matter to me the religion. Religion in today's terms is a limitation, a boundary, a reason to keep us separated. Now, fact, peep game. If you look at my I did a few videos. I did one about a slave that was taken from Africa and brought over to South Carolina during the slave trade, who wrote his journal in Arabic so his slave masters couldn't read it, right? In his journal, he states that his religion and the religion of his people is Islam, the religion of Muhammad, right? This was before we even got brought over here. A lot of us didn't even know what Christianity was. Think of our ancestors, right? What is this symbol, this cross that they're holding up? And they're claiming to represent God. We worship God. What you talking about? What is this symbol? This is blasphemy. God said not to worship idols. You shouldn't be bowing down and praying to idols, and that's blasphemy, right? This is how they looking at it. Now, a peaceful people by nature, Islam is a religion of peace. So a peaceful people by nature is not finna, we gonna defend ourselves, but we not finna get out here and cause no harm. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the earth was in peace before the devils came and started wrecking shit, right? So it's like, we really got to look at some things. When I was on, I don't want to get too deep on religion, because I don't believe a lot of us believe. I believe in religion like a lot of people do. The way that I see it is that you're supposed to. It's more than just saying that you believe, right? It's a way of life. Like, when you get in tight situations, what do you do? You feel me? In those times, in those hard times, what do you do? Do you stand on your faith that you have, or do you go your way and try to figure it out? Right? Well, that's If we talking about religion, it's the way of life. It's what you do in those times of need. Do you get out here and make dumb decisions, or do you submit yourself to the will of Allah? What do you do? This is religion. It's a way of life. It's an everyday thing. Nobody is perfect in decision and action, but we are created. I believe, and you can try to debate this with me if you want to, but I believe we were created perfect. Why I say that we were created perfect? Because if you look into scripture, in the beginning, man was created perfectly. Everything was good until we got to be by ourselves. When it was man, the only thing that wasn't good is man shouldn't be alone. But in creation, you were perfect, right? So in creation, we're perfect. We're perfect. What makes us flawed is our decisions and our actions, the things that we do. If we stay in the line and in tune with the vision and the will of God and the things that God has for us, right? How do you know the things that God has for? What is the will of God, right? This is something that I've been asking a lot. The will of God, I believe, once you get in tune with yourself and you realize that you are not in control of nothing around you. You don't control anything that is going on around you. You don't control anything outside of yourself. You don't control your kids. You women try to control the kids from the baby daddy and this and that. You don't control nothing outside of yourself, right? So once you realize that you don't have control over everything, that takes a lot of weight off your shoulders. That takes a lot of stress off your shoulders. If you say you believe in a God, if you say you believe in the Most High, in the universe, in manifestation, in the law of attraction, whatever it is that you say you believe in those times, you really see if you believe in it, right? Do you, damn, I can't even find the words, for lack of better words. Do you bitch up and do what you've been doing and go the way that you want to go and the way that you know it's not the beneficial for you? Or do you really sit down and like, okay, help me out. Help me out. I need help. I can't do it all by myself, right? I can't do it all. I need help. Now, if God is in all of us, he's not some spook in the sky. God is not some spook that's not on earth. God is in all of us, right? So, you saying that, you realizing that you don't control it all, you like, dang, I just need help. Help me out. Help me out. I need help. I'm going to do everything that I can do, Lord, and I'm going to trust in you for the rest, right? I'm going to do everything I can do, and I trust in you for the rest. That type of faith, you begin to see things move and shift in your favor, and I'm a living testament, right? Peep game, God is in all of us. You just shot up those words. Your words have power. You just shot up those words acknowledging that you don't have control over everything that you think you got control over. You ain't got control over your situation. You ain't got control over the things that you going through. So you realize, look, I'm going to do everything that I can do, and I'm trusting in you for the rest, regardless of everything else. God is in all of us. Next thing you know, you get that random phone call or somebody looking out. Oh, I can't, like my cousin, boom, peep game. I needed, a while back, I needed some money. I was short $200. I was short $200 on paying my rent, right? So, boom. I was out here hustling. I was doing my DoorDash. I was trying to push my sales extra harder on my websites, but I came up $200 short. Earlier that day, I just shouted my prayer like, Lord, I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna do my part. I'm just relying on you for the rest. You feel me? Boom, I came up short. I was like, damn, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I started packing. You hear me? My cousin hit me like, hey, bro, I just came up. I'm at the casino. I just came up. I just shot you something. $200 exactly. $200 exactly. What? You can't tell me God's not real, because I see it. I've seen it in my life so many times. He's in all of us. We're looking for a spook in the sky. We're thinking that God is just a spirit when we are missing the key points when it says that we were created in the image of God. We were created in God's likeness. In the image, what is the image? An image is a reflection, right? If you take a picture of something, you see the identical thing. That is the image of that, right? Right? So when I look in the mirror, when I'm looking at my camera right now, I see God in me. You hear me? When you look in the mirror, you need to see God in you. And if you don't, you are not living up to that fullest potential in Psalms 82:6. When he said in Psalms 82:6, I said, ye are gods, children of the Most High God. Mind you, we're not big G's, we're little G's. You hear me? I'm your child. I'm your child. People like to attribute Jesus as being God when Jesus himself said, I am the Son of God. I'm a child of God. I'm a little G, not the big G. You hear me? So look, you got to tap in. You got to tap in with you. You got to tap in with that ability in yourself. You got to tap in with the God in you. You hear me? God is in all of us. Stop thinking that you own, that you got control over everything. You don't. You don't. And just because you do, that is exactly why you are going through the things that you are going through. Because you're so stubborn to allow yourself to believe that you control everything that is in your possession. You in your car, you could be in your car driving. You can't control everything outside of you. You just control your car. It's the same. You are that car. This is your traffic. You feel me? Life is your traffic. You are that car. You don't control everything else outside of you. So don't stress yourself out over it. Stop trying to force things that don't fit. We cause ourselves so much worry and stress just trying to force shit that don't matter. We all you got to do is realize that you ain't got control over it in the first place. Put your best effort in it. God got the rest. Universe got the rest. Manifest the best, right? Affirmations. I feel like affirmations. If we gonna get on the affirmations part, I want to touch on affirmations because affirmations, I feel like play a huge role with your subconscious mind, right? So peep game. Your subconscious mind records everything. Your subconscious mind sees everything, even things that your physical eye don't see. Your subconscious eye sees, right? For instance, on the commercials and stuff, you're watching the commercial, you'll see a quick flash. Well, I catch it. A lot of people don't catch it, but it'd be a quick flash or something. I'll be like, damn, what was that? They flash stuff so fast in front of your eyes to where your physical eye won't see it, but your subconscious mind catches it, right? So, you have to train that subconscious mind to manifest the things that you want it to manifest, right? You have to train your subconscious mind to think and act automatically without you having to consciously trying to point yourself in the right direction, right? So what do I mean by this? What do you mean by this, sir? When you're sleeping, when you're driving, when you're in your downtime, you need to be listening to something that is going to edify you, right? Even if you're not really listening to it, even if you're not even paying attention to it, just put it on in the background. It don't matter what it, just put it on. Your subconscious mind begin to realize and to remember and to take hold of everything that you're feeding it. Look, we listening to this rap music and things like this. I vibe with Gates. You feel me? I like the rap, but I find myself not really listening to it anymore because it's not feeding me anything other than sex, drugs, and money. Like I'm beyond this. You feel me? So you have to. When I go to sleep, I listen to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. When I go to sleep, I may listen to some binaural beats, some theta waves, some delta waves, some affirmations, right? When I go to sleep, I've been doing a group session like last night, late at night. I'll do a group listening. You feel me? Where last night we did a guided meditation to get that relax, that peace, that comfort. You feel me? Had the theta and binaural beats. I like to feed my mind in my drive time. When I'm driving, I'll listen to the classes from the ABS tribe. Just because, just so, like all the classes that I already seen, just so that my subconscious mind can pick up these tips and tricks that I may have missed with my physical eye. Because again, your physical eye don't see everything. You're not catching it all, right? That's why they train you and programmed you the way they have with the programming, the television, right? They train your subconscious mind. So now every time you may just seen a Popeyes commercial. You driving down the street, you see a Popeyes. That's your, ooh, I want a chicken sandwich. That's not your thought. That is the program. So we have to begin to reprogram our minds. I would say our subconscious mind in particular, because that is the mind that we operate from automatic thought from, right? If somebody did something to you that somebody in the past did, you would have an automatic reaction, even if it favored the situation the slightest, right? You went through a trauma and somebody said a word that trauma that occurred in that trauma, and it brings up that same emotion. Why? Why do we see people that look like somebody and we don't even mess with them? You remind me of that nigga. Why? Because the subconscious mind has been trained, right? You have been through these emotions. You have been through these experiences. So the emotion, the experience is saved in the subconscious. It's not on your forefront no more. It's in the back end. You're not even thinking of it no more. You're not even thinking of that person or whoever did it or whatever the case may be at the moment that it happened. But that what you just did brings me back to that. Why? Because it's already in there. We have to program our minds to operate differently if we truly want to see different results. You have to program your mind to you have to feed your mind the affirmation to know that I can do anything I want to. You hear me? If you've been catching my lives, you've been seeing me say that a lot, because I'm looking at myself in my own eyes, letting me know, giving myself the affirmation that anything that you put your mind to and that you focus on, you can do anything that you want to, right? I feed myself this because, and now it's to a point to where you can't tell me no different. I don't care what my situation may look like. My truck broke down. I need a fuel pump on it. Damn. Okay. That's cool. We gonna figure it out. Why? Because I know where I want to go. I am solid in myself to know that all I have to do is trust in my best ability and God. That's it. I know my needs are gonna get taken care of, right? We get so caught up on our situations and stuff to where you get stuck and you wonder why you're so stressed out. You wonder why you can't sleep at night. You wonder why you feel overwhelmed. You wonder why you got anxiety, right? A lot of us has been stuck in this depression. A lot of us has been stuck because we haven't been feeding our minds the thing that we need to get out of the situation, to get over this situation, this circumstance that we're facing. We're not feeding the mind. We're not feeding the mind. If you don't feed your body will die. If you don't feed your mind is dead. You have to feed your mind. You have to reprogram the mind to do what you want it to do. You feel me? You gotta to the point to where, look, I was in a depression for 8 years. When I got out of prison, I was in a depression for 8 years, right? And it wasn't until when you're in a depression, that's all you see is your circumstances. That's all you see is what's going on against you. That's all you see. You don't see anything working in your favor. You don't see you have no hope, right? It's like you give up. It's all hope. So when to get out of a depression, to get out of that type of like it weighs on you, right? To get out of that, you really have to push yourself, your thoughts forward. Nobody can talk to you and motivate you the way that you can. Nobody can give you the therapy like you can give you the therapy. If you sit your ass down and look in that mirror, or lay your ass down and meditate and close your eyes and really got in tune with self, you're going to begin to cry and you don't even know why. Why? Because now you're letting it go. Now you realizing what it is. You realizing why you are going through this thing. You realizing, okay, you take full awareness of your situation, your condition, and where you at. At that point, it's up to you. Do I make the decision to push up out this thing, or is it hopeless? See, and it's not easy, because a person in it only sees hopeless. A person in it only sees hopeless. So the best thing you can do, like me, I was a stubborn cat. You feel me? I don't like talking to nobody. I don't talk about my situations. If I'm going through something, you'll never know it, champ. You'll never know it. I'll never ask you for nothing. If I ask for anything, it's because I absolutely need it, and I have no other way of going about. You feel me? Like, but in order for us to really get out of this thing, it's we have to want more. We have to feed ourselves more. You have to me as me, from coming from depression, what I like to do is drop seeds, right? I like to drop seeds. I might shoot out a mass video to everybody, giving a motivation, or just a word that, even if you don't fully watch or listen to, or appreciate it like I want you to, even if your subconscious mind is going to record it anyway, right? Everything that you hear gets recorded. Everything that you hear gets recorded, because you know this to be true. Because when you was just talking about something, we're talking about something now. If you was to step out and go to the store, and somebody get to talking about the mindset or depression or something, you're gonna be like, damn, I was just talking about it. It's recorded. It's recorded, right? You don't do it intentionally. It just happens. Everything gets recorded. So these thoughts that you feed yourself, in your subconscious minds, these thoughts, these affirmations, when you are laying down, you going to sleep, put on them affirmations. When you wake up in the morning, put on some affirmations, put on some theta music, some delta, some binaural beats. Why I like that is because the vibrations, the frequencies of it, it it calms me down. It keeps me clear headed. You feel me? I wouldn't say clear headed, but it keeps me right. You feel me? It works for me, and everybody that I've shown, it worked for them too. You feel me? So it's like, you really gotta feed. You really gotta feed yourself the type of life that you want, right? Sorry to hear that, brother. Oh, I appreciate you. That's why it's called a criminal record. But yeah, you gotta feed yourself the type of life that you want, right? If you want this fancy, this big lifestyle, take a trip. Go rent an Airbnb mansion for the weekend. You feel me? It might cost you a little penny, but now that you've experienced it, you planted a footprint. Now you know what it's like. So now you know you can get back, right? We have to feed our mind. We have to feed ourselves the motivation that we need, Because I don't know about y'all, but for me, a lot of outside things don't motivate me. A lot of other people and what you got to say and this pastor and this preacher or this minister, a lot of things don't motivate me because when I'm in this situation, I focus. I'm honed in. It's me and God, right? Um, it's to the point to where I don't care how holy you think you are, you can't lead me no better than he can, than a direct contact with. You feel me? And so I'm fully reliant upon what I believe in. I feel like we should all be, right? But that's just me. Um, um, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm rambling. I feel like I'm rambling and I'm chopping up. Shit. Tap in with me, man. Tap in with me. What we got? We got 3 viewers. We got. Tap in with me, man. What's going on with y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I'm just trying to stay consistent, one, with my lives and stay tuned in. Um, Sharing my viewpoints on the things that I've experienced myself, on the things that I'm reading and coming across. Um, I just pray that I'm able to be a motivation or an inspiration or or something to benefit somebody in some type of way. I feel like if one person can get reached and benefit from what I'm doing, then it's all worth it. You feel me? That one person is enough for me. Is enough for me. I've been through it. I've been to prison. I was born in the ghettos. You feel me? I just got off parole recently. Like, I've been through it. So you can't tell me nothing that, I mean, mind you, I haven't been through everything. But from a lot of people that I hear the excuse from why you can't be an entrepreneur or why your situation is this and that, from a lot of it, it sounds like a whole bunch of bullshit, a whole bunch of excuses, a whole bunch of reason to why you think you can. And if you think you can, you not. I don't care what it is. I don't care what you're trying to do. If you doubt yourself, you are never going to achieve the thing that you want to achieve, that you say you want to get, that better life that you're looking to get, right? Because you doubt yourself. And I feel like a lot of us doubt ourselves in a lot of areas of our lives, not just finances, but parenthood, right? Most of us don't think we're good enough parents. Most of us work our damnedest to be the very best parents, so we're not considered inadequate, right? Um, but we stress ourselves over that, not realizing that the child loves you regardless. The child loves you regardless. So you don't have to stress yourself out on being something extra. Just be you. I mean, just be you, right? Make sure that the necessities are met. You feel me? If you having a tough month, you having a tough month. Everybody has tough months. Things don't always add up the way you want to. Why? I feel like a common reason for that is because we don't properly budget. We don't know where our money is going. But at the same time, we don't have to run ourselves into the ground because we feel overwhelmed or we feel inadequate. You know what I'm saying? If you realize, if you I don't want to go to the scripture, but in the scripture it talks about the peace of mind. You feel me? That's one of my main things. And one of my 4 legs on my table, right? What do I mean by that? Okay, every table has, well, not every table, but most tables have 4 legs, right? Boom, 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 to keep it sturdy and to stand strong. So, what are your legs? What are you standing on? What are the things that you stand for? For instance, me, I stand for knowledge. I stand for knowledge. I stand for truth. I stand for uprightness, and I stand for peace. This is what I stand for. And if you threaten any of these things, I take it as an act of war. And you threaten my kingdom, I'll cut you off. If you threaten my peace of mind, I'm not tolerating it. I'll cut you off. If you stopping me from attaining knowledge and to further growing myself, that's an act of war. I'll cut you off. If you lying to me and not giving me the truth when I'm giving you the utmost truth, and that's all I'm looking to provide you is the truth, I'll cut you off fast. If you're not keeping your word and on, I'll cut you off. Um, Knowledge, peace, uprightness. The last one is uprightness. I feel like uh you need to be doing the right thing at all times, right? Uprightness. True uprightness is not just when people is in your presence. True uprightness is realizing that God is within you and he sees everything you do, right? And you really acting like you need to be if God was standing there physically, right? That's true uprightness because or your mama or you know what I'm saying for the non-believers, your mama or that authority figure in your life, the way that you act with that authority figure right there, that's the way you should be acting at all times. That is true uprightness, right? You are acting accordingly. You are acting right. In layman terms, you acting right, right? These are the things that I stand for. So my question would be to y'all is, what do you stand for, right? If you don't know what you said, if you don't know what you stand for, the things that truly make you tick, what are the things that you'll cut somebody off for? Not the um he you said something bad about me, right? Not the something you can forgive. What is something that you can, if this person did this, you'll cut them off, right? We need to figure out what these things are, because now once you figure out the things that you stand for and your limits, now you begin to recognize when everybody does it. You feel me? You begin to recognize what's going on with you, brown boy. You begin to recognize when people are doing the things that are against what you stand for, because you know what it is now. You not just thought about it, you wrote it down. You've looked at it. You studied it, right? What do you stand for? You have to write this down. So now when you get out here and you see it, you know you don't rock with this type of movement that this person is going. You're not even going to entertain it. Whereas before, you might have just been nice. Oh, hey, how you doing? It's cool. Ha, 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 ha. Right? But now that you know what you stand for, now that you know that type of fuckery ain't what you about, you know that you don't need to be in that crowd. You're going to stay away from it, right? Or the same with the female, right? If you know that this type of person is not the type of person that you is doing things that you don't want, right? You stay away from that type of person. If that man has that anger issue, or if that man is doing something that you don't stand for, if you stand for peace and he stands for and he just likes to argue, you know that violates your peace code. Every time you get in the presence, we arguing. That violates my peace code. We at war. I gotta be gone with you. We gotta go our separate ways. It's no hard feelings. We just not on the same page. You somewhere else with it. I'm trying to get here. You trying to take me there. I'm not with it. That goes against what I stand for. You gotta be gone. We have to know what we stand for, so it's easy to recognize the shit that we not tolerating, right? If you don't know what you're not willing to tolerate, you will tolerate anything. You will go through it until you get that pain or that hurt, and you realize, like, damn, that really hurt. When you know that you didn't like that type of shit before you got into the situation, you just never took the time to really sit down and really figure out what it is that you stand for. If you cross any of my four, my peace, my uprightness, if you stop me from attaining knowledge, and you telling and you a habitual liar, and you telling lies, you hiding the truth, I will cut you off. I'm not standing for it because I'm gonna give you all those same things in return. Because if I don't want to tell you something, I'd rather not speak or not respond than to tell you a lie. I promise. I promise. I rather not speak and not respond than to tell you a lie. I rather disagree with you in a peaceful way and agree with the disagreement than for me to get angry. Because when I get out of character, I can't control myself too well. So I'd rather keep myself under control, cool, calm, and collected, than to allow you to get me at a point to where I don't remember what happened. You feel me? So I have to know what I stand for. I have to know my boundaries, my limits, not what other people think my limits are, not what you think people think you are, what are your limits, right? We're not trying to please other people. Fuck what you think. I don't care. I'm not trying to please you because this is me. Okay? Now everybody that aligns with me are going to align with me. If you don't, peace. No hard feelings. Hit me up later. You feel me? I'm out of here. I can't do it. So I feel like I came across that was like something that really stuck out to me in that private banking class, in that Kingdom Blueprint, right? Because up until that point, I really didn't know what I stood for. I really didn't know what I wanted to become. I really didn't know the direction of my life that I wanted to take it in. Like I said, I was in a depression. I was in limbo, right? I was in at a standstill. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do. I was just stuck. All I seen was my circumstances, my situations. I was getting denied every which way I turned. I was looked at bad, all type of shit because I'm been in prison. All I know is my situation and my current circumstance. And it wasn't until I began to really look into self when once I started to write out my Kingdom Blueprint. You feel me? My kingdom. What's the Kingdom Blueprint? The Kingdom Blueprint is your outline to where you're taking your family, right? To the blueprint of the kingdom you are about to build, right? So what is your main goals? What is your vision? What is your legacy? Right? We all talk about legacy, something that we're leaving on and passing down to generations. What is it that you are leaving to the generations? What is your legacy going to be? Right? These are things we have to figure out. These are the things, my legacy, for me, what I wrote down, I want to be the first sovereign citizen in my family. I want to have my own sovereign land. I want to build my own sovereign houses. I want to have my own sovereign food source. I want to have my own. You feel me? This is my legacy because once I establish that, even if I don't get to live out the full realization of my vision, even if my children, it's a legacy, my children and my grandchildren, I just gotta get the land. You feel me? The blueprint, the founder, I just gotta get the land. Pay the land off and make sure we pay the property taxes off. After I got the land, my legacy is starting to be established, right? I have the private banking structure so I know how to properly purchase my land. I don't need to go through a bank to get my land. I don't need a loan from the bank to go get my land. I don't need your government's help to fund my vision. I don't need you. I can do this with me and all the like-minded people that are with me. You feel me? This is my vision. This is my legacy. I want to pass down the generations and generations, this land, this nation, this community. We built houses, we built schools, We built our own food. We built our grocery stores. This is my legacy. This is what I want to do. What is your legacy? What is it that you want to do? What is it what is it that you can do that is going to be impactful for generations to come? Your 9 to 5 is not going to benefit your children after you're gone. Your 401k is going to run out fast. You're not going to be able to live on retirement forever. Your kids can't live off of your retirement after you're gone. What is your legacy that you are leaving for the generations after you? Right? So peep game. Peep game. I get my land. I got my private banking. I took my class to get my private banking structure. I have my blueprint, right? I got my private bank. I don't need the banks no more. I can loan from myself. I don't need to take out money from y'all. I can do it for myself, right? Boom. I use my bank. I go purchase the land and outright. I don't owe nobody no rent. I ain't gotta pay you no note. You can't come take it from me if I don't pay my bill because I owned it. And all I have to do is pay back myself, right? Regardless of the fact I own the asset. But all I gotta do is pay back myself to keep my bank in good standing. So I can get out here and take out another loan from my bank to go purchase a bigger piece of asset to go build my house on that land. Boom. So I use my bank. I purchased the land. Boom. Once I got the land, my legacy is established. Boom. I build a house on it. Right? Build my house on it. When my kids is of age, we get out here and we build houses on the land too. We build a house for them too. On the land. See, a lot of us get separated from our families and stuff because we just trying to get out and get away because we not doing things the proper way. We don't like people being all up in our business and being nosy. But check it out. You got your own house and your own. We got 140, 150 acres. Nigga, pick where you want to go. You on this land though. They can't come messing with you. They can't come shooting you down in the middle of the street. Why? Because they ain't got no jurisdiction here. This is sovereign land. You hear me? This is my vision. This is my dream. So what is it that you want to do? What is your legacy? What is it that you stand for? What is it that you won't tolerate? You feel me? We have to really understand us. Until you begin to truly understand yourself, you will not begin to understand what you want to do, what you want from anybody else, what you expect to get in return. Why? Because you don't know what you want. You gotta stop playing with it. You gotta stop playing with it. Because, like I said, I've been saying it so much, it's a known fact. You can do everything that you put your mind to. You know that God gave you the ability to do anything that you focused on. Anything that you was like, this is it. You did that to the best of your ability, whether it was sports, whether it was art, whether it was instruments, whether it was whatever it was. What's that thing that you used to do back in the day that you was like the shit at, that you don't do no more, right? That's a God-given gift. You have many gifts. You just haven't fed those gifts, so they're starving. They're not gone. It's there. You just have to begin to feed it so that gift can grow and begin to get strong and healthy. Once that dream, that gift begins to get healthy and strong, now it's more weighty. It's more valuable than that EDD check. Now it's more valuable than that job. Now your dream and vision is more valuable than that government assistance, getting that EBT. Now it's more valuable. It's more valuable than anything that anybody else can provide you with. Why? Because you established it yourself. You built this from the ground up. You believe in this because it's your vision. It's what you stand for. Right? You're going to do everything to see this baby grow. Your business is a baby. Your dream is a baby. Until that baby is fully matured, it can easily get taken off this planet. It can easily die. You got to be cautious of that baby. You got to be protective of that baby. You got to make sure that baby eat every day, right? Your dreams and your visions, your gifts, your business ideas, whatever it is, this is your baby. If you don't have kids right now, this is your baby. If you got kids right now, this is still your baby, right? If you got multiple kids, you know it can get a little strenuous because this one's running around and you got to pay attention to this one. He got shit everywhere. It's right? This is your baby. Your business is going to be the exact same. Developing your dream is going to be the exact same. You're going to be trying to focus on this while your kids is running around. You're going to be trying to focus on this while you got to worry about your 9 to 5 and get up and go to work in the morning. It's cool. You know why? Because the more that you feed it and the more that you put time into it, the more it begins to grow and to be able to stand on its own. And at that point, you begin, just like we do with the kids, at that point, once they get going and go to college, you begin to do what you want to do. You begin to let go of certain things that you no longer have to worry about, right? So look, just because your dream and vision is a baby, don't give up on it. Don't give up on it. It's a baby. You need to feed it. Look, you need to write it down. You need to plan it out. Who, what, why, where, who, what, why, who, what, where, when, and how, right? Right? Who, what, why, where, when, and how. This is what I say, right? It's not who, what, where, when, and why. Who, what, why, where, when, and how. Who is it affecting? Why is it affecting you? Where has it gotten you? When do you plan on changing it? How do you plan on changing it? See, it's the same questions. I just reordered it because to apply my life. Because once I figured out what I was doing, once I figured out what I was doing and who it was affecting, now I begin to realize that some things got to change. You feel me? I need to change it up because it's not just affecting me. It's affecting my sons. It's not just affecting me. It may be affecting my mother. It's not just affecting me. It's affecting people around me that care about me. You feel me? So, but let's just focus. Let's just focus on self. You know what I'm saying? Who is it affecting? Me. What is it that you're doing? What is it? I applied this method to everything I did every day. So my everyday habits, I wrote everything I did on a piece of paper. Everything I did every day on a piece of paper. And then I wrote the questions out. You know what I'm saying? Who, what, why, where, when, and how. I wrote them out and I answered it for everything that I listed. And it helped me to cut out a lot of bull crap. It helped me to cut off a lot of stuff because I realized that what I was doing was harmful and not beneficial to me or those involved with me. Who, what, where? Where has it gotten you? You've been doing it this time. You've been doing it every day. Where has it gotten you? Nowhere. In where I'm at. Okay, well, some things got to change, right? Where? Who, what, where? How? Or when? When do you plan on changing it? When do you plan on taking the steps to change that thing that is causing you that you're doing, right? Because I listed it with everything that I did every day. So when do you plan on changing it? And then how do you plan on changing it? Right? What are the proper steps that are you going to take to change that thing? Right? What is it that you're going to do to get yourself out of that situation and to stop doing those things that you're doing? How are you going to do it? Without a plan of action, you're going to fail. What's going on with you, BB? What's going on with you? What's going on with you? That's my man's. You feel me? You gotta be able to know what's going on in your life, what you're doing, who's it affecting? Is it good? Is it bad? Right? Even if it's good, when do you plan on changing it to make it better? Because things are always can get better, right? Even if it's good, you can make it better. So I went through this process with everything that I did on a daily basis. For instance, I will wake up, boom, I'll go to the store and grab my brew. Easy. Without hesitation, fast. I'll grab my boo. At the times when I had the habit of drinking beers every day like that, I would at that same exact time, out of habit, grab a cigarette. Out of habit. I didn't even like cigarettes like that. I hated cigarettes. It did me no benefit. Out of habit, I'll grab that cigarette. Boom. Just because I was in the store. Like we was talking earlier, the subconscious mind. These are the things I did out of habit. I did them every day. So I wrote it out to figure out why I'm doing this shit. Where's my money going? Right? Out of habit, I was doing this. So this was causing me not only dependency on the alcohol, because I was using alcohol to numb a lot of my pains. You feel me? I was using alcohol to drown out a lot of the shit that I was going through on a daily basis. So, like I said, I was in a depression. I was in a deep, dark hole. You feel me? I was married in a bad situation. Feel me? It had its ups and it had a lot of downs. So, in this hole, I drowned myself with intoxicants to numb the pain. You feel me? To not even think about what was going on, that was really going on inside. Because if you begin to think about it, you begin to cry. And I don't like crying. So I would numb it. You feel me? These things we do to cope with the shit that we're going through. And I feel like it's called healing the trauma. Yeah, it's healing the trauma, but there's better ways to heal that trauma. You feel me? There's better outlets to heal that trauma. I wouldn't recommend anybody to go to the bottle to heal trauma. I wouldn't recommend anybody to start sniffing powder to heal the trauma. You feel me? I wouldn't recommend anybody do any of these things. There's a lot of ways to heal trauma. One way that really helped me heal this trauma that I was going through, one way is knowledge. Attaining knowledge, getting knowledge of self, freeing my consciousness from the standards of society, from the standards of my parents, I had to attain knowledge to the point where I can stand on my knowledge and know that regardless of what you say and what you think, my knowledge is proven. You feel me? You may not see the results in my life right now, but my knowledge is proven. You will see, because every tree you'll know the tree by its fruits, right? You gonna know the tree by its fruits, but I'm still growing. I'm still in the process to bearing my fruit. So it's cool. It's cool. A lot of people, I'll be trying to tell them, yo, get in the ABS tribe, like my close rails. I'll be like, yo, get in the ABS tribe. Yo, get in this private banking blueprint. Yo, get in the BW. Get in here. Why? Nigga, you ain't making no thousands yet. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that. Okay. Because I'm on my way. You feel me? Where you at, you not making no moves and you not turning no wheels. So you going to be at that same exact spot once I start making 10 bands a month from social media alone. You feel me? I can apply the stock trades and the stock tricks and all that right now, but my financials aren't stable enough to where I'm willing to it's not a risk if you know, it's still a risk, but it's a calculated risk. You feel me? I'm not a risky person at all. So once I'm able to stand and know that I'm not going to worry about this money being lost, then I'll play in the stock market. Then I'll play in the crypto a little more. You feel me? But until then, I'm going to establish what I need to be building. So your opinions and your judgments mean shit to me, champ. That's just a well-known fact. I don't care if you my mama, my daddy, my uncle, my aunties, my relatives. It don't matter because I'm moving towards something, and where I'm trying to go, I'm telling you my vision. This is what I'm going to do. So either you're gonna be with me or you're gonna be left in the dust. If you left in the dust, I'm help you out the best that I can. But at that time, I'm gonna have a whole new list of responsibilities. At that time, I'm gonna have a whole new list of worries and stresses. I'm gonna be trying to worry about keeping this business running fluently while this one is still keeping this one making money on the back end. I'm gonna be worrying about much more than what I'm focused on now. So now that I'm telling you that let's do this thing together, and you like no, later on you gonna have an attitude and say I'm acting funny. Later on you gonna be talking shit because I'm not willing to come to every event or every function because y'all ain't doing nothing. Right? I'm trying to break generational curses. You can't break curses doing the same shit. I don't care what you're talking about. You have to change something. You have to realize that what you know ain't got you to where you want to be. So you have to learn more. And until you are ready to learn more, you're going to be stuck where you're at. And no, knowledge is not free. You're not getting nothing for free. These white folks is putting you in debt. $24,000 debt, $10,000, $12,000, $50,000 debt to attain knowledge, to go be an employee, to go be a slave. You getting the same, if not better, way better knowledge than they are charging you these $50,000 for. You can get all that plus more for like 3 bands. You feel me? You can just start off in the tribe just to get your wheels turning for $50. You getting more to benefit yourself than you did in school. Guaranteed. They're not teaching you how to be free and how to do for self and how to generate your own money. They're not teaching you how to get out here and really take your dream and your passion and turn it into a profit. Right? They're not teaching you how to do that. They're not giving you the mindset to let you know that you can do anything that you put your goddamn mind to. Stop playing with yourself, man. While you out here looking at my pockets and worrying about what I got and what I don't have, I'm out here building something. I'm out here building the foundation, the outline to my vision. I'm out here building while you're looking. And when I get done building, all that looking you did, I might look at you a little different type of way, because while I was out here working, you was standing there watching me. You was standing there not looking to do nothing to not benefit me, to benefit you. You feel me? So we get so hung up, and a lot of people say, "Oh, that nigga got the money and he got up out the hood. He left. That nigga got bougie. He didn't give up. He gave up on his people." I understand that because y'all is irritating, but I understand the condition. I understand the condition that we're in now. At one point I didn't, but now I understand the condition a little better. So now I'm more lenient. I'm able to work with you a little more. I'm able to tolerate a little more your backsass. Because ain't no person got an attitude like a black woman got an attitude. Ain't no person got an attitude like a black man can be stubborn. You feel me? So I don't care what you talking about. We the most stubbornest creatures. Hey. So now that I understand our condition and our situation, I understand how to have more patience in those situations. I understand that me arguing with you is not going to reach the desired goal, right? At the end of the day, me arguing with you is only going to create separation. So, in the Nation of Islam, it's a strategy. It's not really a strategy, but it's taught not to argue about the differences. We don't need to argue about the differences. I'm okay with agreeing to disagree, right? I'm not finna argue about your beliefs because this is what you believe in. I'm just going to state mine and agree with what you say. Because an argument is only going to separate us. I'm just trying to bring us closer. You feel me? We're going to understand that we see things different, but as long as we got that mutual respect, we can work together. You feel me? Peace and blessings. You got that? Yes, sir. You feel me? As long as you got that mutual respect, we can work together. So look, it's a lot of shit that we got to change up out here. It's a lot that you really gotta look at, right? What do you stand for? What is it that you trying to do? What is your goal? What is your vision? What is your legacy? What don't you tolerate? What don't you tolerate? I feel like this is just from my experience. Once you know what you stand for and what you don't stand for, the 4 things that you stand for and the 3 things that you will declare war on, like all hell will break loose if you do these three things, I'm cutting you off. I'm cutting you off, period. But these 4, this is what I stand for. So if you violate these 4, we gonna have this serious discussion. Look, check it out, champ. You crossing the line. You feel me? You fucking with my peace. Leave me alone. You messing with my peace of mind. Check it out, champ. Look, let's respect each other. You feel me? We got boundaries. You got to set the boundaries. If you don't know where your lines are, how do you know when they being crossed? Right? So you gotta know the boundaries within yourself. 4 things that you stand for, 3 things that you will not tolerate. That you will not tolerate. You feel me? I don't tolerate people that don't keep their word. If you can't keep your word, I will cut you off, period. I do not tolerate it. I do not tolerate it. Why? I got a bad experience. My daddy used to always say he was going to come pick me up, and he never showed up. So, now that I'm an adult, all those that don't keep their word, I cut you off. Ain't no second chances. Ain't no this, that, and the third. I cut you off. Like, damn, like that, but it ain't even all that serious. I told you from the jump, these are my lines, these are my boundaries. You feel me? Like everybody around you that's involved with you need to know what you stand for. Because that's either going to be like, okay, cool, nigga, I fucks with that, yeah. Or they were like, damn, now it's up to you for the decision. You got to make the decision. Do I cut you off or do I allow you to be around me and torment me? Fuck that. That's out. We got to know what we stand for. We got to know what we don't tolerate. I feel like once you know these things, it's much more easier to find a mate. It's much more easier to find a spouse. Because now you're not even looking for it because you realize a lot of shit that you don't really like. I feel like it's a lot more easier to know the type of job that you want to put yourself into, right? I'm not never going to bash having a job. I'm always going to push for you to have and create your own lane, but I'm not going to bash you for having a job, right? But say, let's go get a job that'll give you the experience and the benefits that'll help you create your own lane. Don't go get a job in a warehouse if you don't plan on working in a warehouse or owning a warehouse or having a trucking company. You don't need to learn that. Why are you there, right? What are you trying to do? If you want to open a business, you need to go get you need to go get business coaching first and foremost. Like you don't even really need a university for a business license or a business degree to open a business. You don't need it. You don't need it. The school is used to give you the knowledge to help you properly run the business, right? So you know how to market. Well, it's not teaching you the business. It's teaching you how to go get a job in the business field to work for this company under marketing, under administrations, under analytics, under customer relations, whatever it may be, right? But if you take those skills and you applied it to your own lane or your own dream and vision, the things that you want to do, is that not more beneficial in the long run to your legacy than giving these people 40 hours a week for two $5 bills an hour or two $10 bills an hour. It's so like, nigga, an eighth of weed is $25. What do I look like giving you an hour of my hard work for less than an eighth? I can't even get an eighth for that hour. You feel me? So it's like, I'm really gonna push. If you guys catch my lives, I'm really pushing the message to the people that you really can do whatever you put your mind to. One, realize you are not in control of everything. Two, make sure you know where you want to go. You can't pick up your phone and say, hey Siri, take me there. Siri's gonna be like, where? Where do you want to go? I can't help you until you tell me where you want to go, right? You can't pick up your phone and say, Siri, take me there. You need to know where you want to go so you can get the proper guidance to help you get there, right? Everybody wants to do something. Let's get that guidance so we can get there. Stop sitting down and waiting on tomorrow. Stop sitting down and waiting on your financial situations. You can find out information now. If you don't have the money to get a business coach or to get in the tribe, $50 a month. If you ain't got the money to get in the tribe, you got the phone to get on YouTube. You got the phone to hop in one of these webinars and one of these free webinars where they giving free information and dropping game. You got your phone to do whatever you want to do, right? The internet is wide and vast. You can hop on YouTube and learn everything you want to learn about it. You hear me? I done learned how to take my car apart. I'm fucking around with YouTube. So look, I didn't need to go to mechanic school for that. I hopped on YouTube. So if you really wanted to do something, the information is out there. It's really how bad that you want it, right? And mind you, all the good knowledge and the in-depth teaching and the training that you want to reach your next level is not free. So people are so worried about, oh, you guys are helping the people and you guys are supposed to be for the people. Why are you charging for it? This is not nigga, $50? You paying more than that for your phone bill. That is not making you no money. Your phone is just a liability right now. Your phone, until you sitting on your phone can generate you dollars, your phone is a liability and not an asset. Your phone is costing you money and not making you money. See, the methods that you learn in the private banking blueprint changes your mindset on everything. Everything can become an asset. This phone makes me money, therefore my phone is an asset. Your phone charges you money, therefore your phone is a liability. We need to limit as many liabilities as we can. You feel me? Don't let your outgo exceed your upkeep, or else your income will be your don't let your income exceed your upkeep, or else your I forgot how it goes. Damn, shit. That bar is cold. You feel me? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan spitted that bar, and it's the coldest line I have heard in a minute. What'd he say? Don't let your outgo exceed your upkeep, or else your income will be your downfall. Or else your upkeep will be your downfall. Some shit like that. I messed it up. It's written down. We got to tune back in. Right? But we got to really be in tune with that vision so we know at the end of every month, peep game, at the end of every month, we need to be tracking our money. We need to know where our money is going. What are you spending the most money on? You got everything for your bills, right? Wrote that all out. You got your little entertainment. What you gonna do extra? Your outing time, right? You got a budget for that, right? You got to know where your money is going so you know how to better allocate it. So you know how to better save money. We need to be growing our savings accounts, right? Not dipping into them, growing them. So how can I add more money to that account? I got to figure out where my money is going. That little little $2 coffee you go get from Starbucks adds up. That shit add up. What's that? $2 coffee every day, 12 days, $24 in 12 days. You know what I'm saying? That shit add up. Long story short, I'm not finna do the math. You feel me? But it add up. You could have saved, say, that $100, $200, $300 a month in your savings, and developed interest and dividends if you have an insurance reserve policy, and develop dividends on your money, than spending it on that coffee that you bought when you could have made that same coffee at the house, right? We spend a lot of money at these fast food restaurants, and that same money can be going into your pocket, into your family, into your savings account. Look, we just gotta make some changes. We gotta do it, man. It's time for talking about it is done. You feel me? Time for hoping and wishing is past. What are we doing to make it happen? What are we doing? What are we doing to take that step forward for our future? The shit that you are doing today, your future self is either going to appreciate you or look at you sideways. So what is you doing? What are you doing that your future self going to be like, good looking out? I needed that. You feel me? What you doing to solidify your vision? To lay the foundation to your generational wealth. To lay the foundation of your freedom. Bottom line. The bottom line to all of this is freedom. The bottom line for generational wealth is freedom. The bottom line to have and own land is freedom. I don't know why we're still so desperately fighting for freedom when we have been set free so long ago. We're still fighting for freedom. We're still trying to get free when we have been given this opportunity long ago. It's just been laziness on our part as a people, not taking the steps necessary to move forward and to establish that freedom. Any sovereign people have land. So in order for you to even think that you are free, shalom, sister, how you doing? For you to even begin to think that you're free, you need to have a piece of land. No nation is a nation without land, right? So in order for us to be even consider ourselves a free people, us black people, need a plot of land for ourselves. I feel like that's the basic foundation of freedom. But financial freedom, you know what I'm saying? We trying to get mentally free. We trying to get out the chains of our minds. Our minds limits us to so much more than what the world actually does. You're more limited in your own mind than what the white man is limiting you. Right? Because we all, as black people, we attribute our limitations to the white man. We attribute our negative things to the white man, right? But not realizing that your mind has more power than that white man. You yourself has more power than that white man. Everything that we see was created with an idea, with a vision. They took the steps and made it happen. The difference between us and them, we tend to quit on our steps in the process because it didn't work once or twice. We tend to quit while we're growing because it's not happening as fast as we want it to. We tend to quit and give up on the dream because everybody else is telling us that this shit is not going to work. And we tend to listen to them, not realizing that God has gifted you with everything that you need to accomplish everything that you want to do. Everything is at your fingertips. Everything. The wood is here to create the chair. Right? The wood is here to create the table. God put the wood here. We got the idea. Let's create the table. The basic necessities for you to live out your dream is already established. But you're so focused on your limitations and the limits of your own mind. You're so focused on your situations and your circumstances. You're so focused on your finances that you are missing the vision. You are missing your opportunity to step into that vision that you have been seeing. You are missing it because you're so focused on your finances and your situation and your situations, like your circumstances. You're so focused on everything that you see. You're so focused on everything that you see, not realizing that the power comes from the unseen. It's not what I see that has power. It's the unseen. Right? So how do you tap into that unseen power? How do you tap into that God within? How do you tap in and start living to your fullest potential? How do you tap in? How do you do that? How do you do that? Let me see. Let me see. What y'all say? How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that? Give me some feedback. Because we have to really understand this. Like, I want feedback because I need you to understand that for you yourself, you know how you want to do this. Write it out. That's the common problem. People don't want to write this stuff out. And a thought is just a thought. Until you write it out, it becomes a plan. So what do you want? What is it? You got to write it out. How do you begin moving toward your dream? How do you begin to get out your situation? How do you begin to change your mindset? So you got to get out here and look for it. Ask and it'll be given. Seek and you'll find. Knock and it'll be open for you. Right? I believe in the scripture, whether it be the Bible or the Quran. I believe in the scripture. Any scripture any holy scripture from Allah, from God. I believe in the scripture. You feel me? Now, our enemies has tampered with all the scriptures. I don't care what you're talking about. With every book, text, whatever it is, the enemy has had his hands in it. So there is falsehood and a little bit of all of them. It's up to you to find the truth. Seek and you will find. Seek and you will find. Right? Like a lot of contradictions. I ain't even about to get in all that. I ain't even about to do that. I'm not about to do all that because it'll open a debatable topic. You feel me? But I do want to say that we have the ability to do what we want to do and how we want to do it. It just takes that extra effort, that hard work on our part to work for ourselves just as hard as you work at that job. If you match that effort, you're going to see results. You're going to get closer to your dream. Match the effort you're giving at the job that you don't want to do. But you're replacing the job with something that you do want to do. You think you're not going to see growth? Come on, man. Stop playing with it. But I get up out of here, man. I gotta go to Walmart. I hate Walmart. Birds. Every time I get on live, y'all want to start talking and stuff. But when I'm not doing nothing, you're quiet. My birds, man. I'm going. Sir Stallion too. I don't know. I'm gonna do another live later on. I'm trying to chop it up with entrepreneurs. Any entrepreneurs out there that's trying to chop it up and network, let's connect. I'm trying to do a live later on. We can talk about your brand, talk about your business. Yeah, tap in with me. I'm out of here.